guys, welcome back. My name is Katie and today I wanted to do a short little video about my Acotar Acomaf Dreamcast. Basically, if you guys don't know what a Dreamcast is, I am going to be picking actors and actresses that I think would be perfect for characters in the Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas. Now, there are 2 books in this series, and I am going to be talking about characters that are only in Acomaf and not in Acotar. So if you don't want to be spoiled, I'm going to try and keep plot points as spoiler free as possible, but in general, I think you would enjoy this video more if you've read both of them, but I do want to say that there will be spoilers in this video. Another disclaimer that I want to just throw out there before I get started is that I've picked a lot of actors and actresses based solely on their acting ability and how I feel they could portray the character's thoughts and feelings and execute a Acomaf movie correctly and how I feel like they would work together. That being said, I did not focus solely on physical traits for my Dreamcast, and I want to throw out there right now, I have a lot of diversity in my Dreamcast, and let's be honest, Acomaf is not very diverse when it comes to the character's skin color and race, etc, etc. There are a lot of characters that are described with fair skin or golden skin, and I did not take that into account when I was choosing my Dreamcast. I simply wanted actors that would accurately portray my version of the Acomaf characters. So just throwing that out there. If it's something that's gonna upset you, please don't leave hate in the comments. This is just how I feel the characters could be portrayed very well, and I will explain each individual pick as we get into the video. Also, I was inspired by Vanessa over at Paper Fairy. She did a Dreamcast, Acotar Acomaf Dreamcast a while back. Go watch her videos, go subscribe to her channel. She's absolutely fantastic, so much fun, and I had a lot of fun picking out this Dreamcast, so let's just get right into it. So we're starting off strong here, guys. I am going to pick my fan cast for Rhys, and this is really hard because Rhys is such a unique character and he has so many sides. You wanted to find someone that could portray what he's like in Acotar before we really get to know him and that front that he puts on. Also, the softer side that we get to see in Acomaf, I wanted to find someone that could do both. And so I am picking Charles Michael Davis. I've seen Charles Michael Davis in the Originals TV series. He plays a vampire. Charles Michael Davis is really good at that cocky kind of cocky front that he puts on. I think he's a great actor in that, but also in the Originals we get to see Marcel's softer side, and I feel like Charles Michael Davis would just be a fantastic actor for this. And I mean, Rhys is described as gorgeous and Charles Michael Davis is gorgeous, so I just think he would be fantastic. And next up I have Farrah, and for this one, she was the hardest, and for some reason her and Elaine were the hardest casts for me, and I don't know why Elaine was so hard. She's hardly in the book. But anyways, back to Farrah. For this one, I picked an actress called Melissa Benoist. I do not know how to pronounce that last name. This girl you might recognize from Supergirl, as well as I think she was in Glee, and she just has this like Farrah quality about her. I don't know, she's blonde right now, I think, but she's been dark haired before, and I know Farrah's blonde, but she just has this quality about her that when she acts, she's so vulnerable that I feel like she would make a perfect Farrah, but also she can kick ass. If you've seen her in Supergirl, she's good at, kicking ass but kind of being vulnerable at the same time. I don't know how to describe it, but she just seems like a really good fit for Farrah. Next, I'm going to cast Tamblyn, and I picked Richard Madden for this. This wasn't hard for me at all. As soon as I read Tamblyn's description, I just kind of pictured him as Richard Madden. If you guys don't know who Richard Madden is, he portrayed Robb Stark in the Game of Thrones HBO series, and he was also Prince Charming in the live-action Cinderella. So we know he can be gritty and tough, and a warrior from his Robb Stark acting, and also be that prince, kind of romantic but a little overprotective side. I just feel like he would be perfect for Tamblyn. That's just what I'm saying. My next fan cast, Dreamcast, whatever it's called, is for Amarantha. And for this one, there were a lot of actresses that I feel could pull off Amarantha. For this, I am going with Kerry Washington. Kerry Washington, the only thing I have ever seen her in is Scandal, and I absolutely adore her in Scandal. She plays this very hardened person, but also who gets shit done. I also know that she has been in a lot of Oscar nominated things, like I know she's in Django Unchained and a couple other things she's been in that I can't think of off the top of my head. So we know she has the acting chops to be Amarantha, and she's just gorgeous, especially like the pictures that I've chosen. I just feel like work. They just work for Amarantha. I don't know. You guys, and I don't actually remember how Amarantha was described. Think dark hair, but I think Kerry Washington would be a perfect Dreamcast for this. I'm going to cast Farrah's sisters, Nesta and Elaine. Now, Vanessa cast Natalie Dormer as Nesta, which I absolutely agree with. I love it so, so much. She is perfect, but because I had a few others, I had Richard Madden and I have another cast member from Game of Thrones in this, I did not want to just cast all of the Game of Thrones cast as Acomaf characters, so I went with someone a little different. I picked Nina Dobrev, and she has acted in the Vampire Diaries and various movies that I've seen her, but the Vampire Diaries, she plays Elena and Catherine, and I believe if you've seen her portray Catherine, I believe you will know why I picked her, because Catherine is this hardened edge, like sassy as F vampire, and Nesta just has all this sass and like anger building up inside her that I feel like Nina Dobrev would be able to portray that perfectly. But also Nina Dobrev's portrayal of Elena will show Nesta's softer side, and I believe that in the next book in the series we will see Nesta kind of break down her walls and we will understand her a little bit more. I love Nesta. There's a plane. The next fan cast that I have is Elaine, and for this I picked Willa Holland. I feel like I picked her because she looks kind of like Nina Dobrev, and like I feel like that was the main reason why I picked her. I had such a hard time picking a Nesta. I had Victoria Justice, but I thought she looks too much like Nina Dobrev. I had a bunch of other people in mind, and I ended up going with Willa Holland because she has this face that is just adorable and so sweet and naive, and I feel like Elaine is very much like that. Alright, let's get to Tamblyn's squad. Ianthe, I have played by Gina Rodriguez, whom I know from Jane the Virgin TV series. Don't ask me why I picked her for Ianthe has this like mystical feeling about her, and also she feels like she has an agenda, and even though Jane in Jane the Virgin doesn't feel like that at all, I feel like Gina Rodriguez could absolutely do a fantastic job pulling this character off. She is beautiful, and I just feel like she could do anything. She's an amazing actress. For Lucian, I have Michael B. Jordan. I have seen him act in a couple comedies. I think that Awkward Moment with Miles Teller and Zac Efron. I adore him so much. I just feel like he could pull off the lightness that Lucian brings to Tamblyn's kind of more serious side. He's so cute, he's so funny, and I would love to see him play Lucian. Okay, we are now getting into the Night Court. So this is the part where these characters only show up in Acomaf. If you only have read Acotar, beware of spoilers. The first one I want to talk about is Amran. I am so happy about this choice. She immediately came to mind when I thought about Amran, and for this I'm going to go with Priyanka Chopra. She plays the main character in that new show Quantico, and she just looks like a badass, she acts like a badass, and Amran is so cool and fantastic and magical that I just feel like Priyanka Chopra looks like Amran. She will be fantastic playing that character. Azriel was another kind of tough choice for me. I had a bunch of different face claims. I think I got that name off of Tumblr, and I don't know if that's true or not. But I ended up going with Steven Yeun. He plays Glenn in the Walking Dead series, and Azriel is this, I feel like he's the darkest, more broody ones of the squad, but he can joke around and be fun. And Glenn at first in The Walking Dead was really fun. Steven Yeun does an amazing job with comedic timing, but as the series progresses you see him harden up a little more, and I feel like he could handle the character of Azriel very, very well. For Morrigan, I chose Sophie Turner, and I absolutely adore her. I think she is one of the most fantastic actresses. I've only seen her in Game of Thrones, but she is gorgeous, and I feel like she could also pull off that lightness of Morrigan, but then just switch into badass mode when she needs to, like we learn about Morrigan. And I don't really care if Morrigan is blonde or not. She can be red-haired or blonde or whatever, but I feel like Sophie Turner could handle the job of Morrigan, having that lightness and then just also having that tragic backstory. A lot of these characters are similar, like you think one thing and then so you need actors that can, I don't know what that was. I hope that made sense to you. And then I have Cassian, who is like the light, fun, badass, and the character, or the actor that I picked for this isn't as muscly as I originally pictured Cassian to be. I kind of pictured Cassian to be like the tank of the squad, but I wanted to go with Miles Teller because I adore him, and Cassian cracks jokes more than all of them, I think, and he kind of brings a lightness to the squad that I feel like Miles Teller could handle. I adore him. I've seen him do really raunchy, funny comedies, but I've also seen him do things like The Spectacular Now, a little more indie, a little more dramatic. Feel like he can handle both. Also, he's adorable, which Cassian is adorable, so last, I am going to throw a quick fan cast out for the King of Highburn, which is going to be Oscar Isaac. I honestly just want to see more of Oscar Isaac. He plays Poe in the new Star Wars franchise. He was a main character in Ex Machina, which I adored. So bizarre, so cool, psychological thriller, and I just feel like he is the perfect villain. I feel like he would make a perfect villain. I love him as the hero, as Poe, but he could do so much more with the King of Highburn's character. I think it would be so good. So good. So that is my Dreamcast for the Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what your Dreamcasts or face peep claims, let me know if that's the correct term, down below. And I will see you guys soon with another video soon. Goodbye! Make you lose control.